Hello guys! The dramatic landscape of the bold and the beautiful has been forever altered with the highly anticipated return of Nick Marone, portrayed by the charismatic Jack Wagner. After more than a decade away from Los Angeles, Nick's sudden reappearance has sent shockwaves through the lives of those he left behind, particularly Brooke Logan, who finds herself at the center of yet another passionate love triangle. The unexpected homecoming. Nick Marone's return to Los Angeles on June 16, 2025, was nothing short of spectacular. The wealthy shipping magnate, who was transformed from the scruffy sea captain viewers once knew into a polished business tycoon, arrived unannounced at Forrester Creations. His timing couldn't have been more perfect, as Brooke Logan found herself emotionally vulnerable following yet another tumultuous period with Ridge Forrester. The moment Nick walked into Eric Forrester's office, the chemistry between him and Brooke was undeniable. Years of separation melted away as old feelings rushed back to the surface, creating an electric atmosphere that promised to reignite one of the show's most beloved romantic pairings. Nick wasted no time in making his intentions clear, immediately beginning his campaign to win back the woman he has always considered his first love. The rekindling of romance. Within days of his return, Nick and Brooke shared a passionate kiss that left fans buzzing with excitement. The intimate moment represented more than just a reunion between former lovers. It symbolized Brooke's potential liberation from the endless cycle of heartbreak she has endured with Ridge. Nick's confidence and unwavering devotion stood in stark contrast to Ridge's perpetual indecision between Brooke and Taylor Hayes. Nick's approach to winning Brooke back has been both strategic and heartfelt. As the successful head of Marone Industries, he has positioned himself as a stable, decisive alternative to Ridge's constant waffling. His wealth and business acumen have only enhanced his appeal, making him an even more formidable rival for Brooke's affections. The chemistry between Jack Wagner and Catherine Kelly Lang has been electric, reminding longtime viewers why Nick and Brooke's relationship was so captivating during their original run. Their scenes together have been filled with the passion and intensity that made them fan favorites, suggesting that their reunion might be more than just a temporary storyline. The dark secret lurking beneath. However, beneath Nick's confident exterior lies a devastating secret that threatens to destroy everything he has worked to rebuild with Brooke. While he has been pursuing Brooke with single-minded determination, Nick has failed to disclose a crucial piece of information: he is already married. This shocking revelation adds a layer of complexity to an already complicated situation, setting the stage for dramatic confrontations that will test the limits of all relationships involved. The existence of Nick's secret wife represents a classic soap opera twist that promises to deliver maximum emotional impact. His decision to pursue Brooke while concealing his marital status demonstrates the lengths to which he is willing to go to reclaim the love of his life, regardless of the potential consequences. Enter Hayden, the wife left behind. The mysterious Hayden, Nick's secret wife, represents an unknown quantity in the unfolding drama. While details about her character remain limited, her impending arrival in Los Angeles promises to shatter the romantic bubble that Nick and Brooke have been building. The fact that she shares a name with Rebecca Budig's previous General Hospital character Hayden Barnes has created additional intrigue among soap opera fans. Hayden's discovery of her husband's infidelity will undoubtedly serve as a catalyst for explosive confrontations. Her journey to Los Angeles suggests that she has either discovered Nick's whereabouts or has grown suspicious of his extended absence. The dramatic potential of a scorned wife confronting her husband's lover promises to deliver the kind of high-stakes drama that the bold and the beautiful is famous for. The moment of truth. The climactic confrontation between Hayden, Nick, and Brooke will unfold when Hayden catches the reunited lovers in an intimate moment. The sight of her husband kissing another woman will trigger an explosive reaction that will reverberate throughout the show's interconnected web of relationships. Hayden's decision to physically confront Brooke by slapping her will mark a point of no return, forcing all parties to confront the consequences of their actions. This dramatic moment will serve multiple narrative purposes. It will expose Nick's deception, shatter Brooke's newfound happiness, and establish Hayden as a formidable force who will not quietly accept her husband's betrayal. The physical confrontation will also demonstrate the raw emotion and high stakes involved in this love triangle. The ripple effects. Nick's secret marriage will have far-reaching consequences that extend beyond the immediate love triangle. Ridge Forrester, who has been struggling with his own feelings for Brooke while committed to Taylor Hayes, will likely see this revelation as an opportunity to reassert his claim on Brooke's heart. The discovery of Nick's deception may also cause Brooke to question her judgment and retreat into herself, potentially opening the door for Ridge's return. The Forrester family dynamics will also be affected by these developments. Steffy Forrester, who has long opposed her father's relationship with Brooke, may use Nick's betrayal as ammunition in her ongoing campaign to keep her parents apart. Meanwhile, Hope Logan may find herself torn between supporting her mother and protecting her from further heartbreak. The future of love and betrayal. As the storyline continues to unfold, the question remains whether Nick and Brooke's relationship can survive the revelation of his secret marriage. Jack Wagner has hinted that his return to the show may be open-ended, suggesting that Nick's story is far from over. The actor's comments about potential future returns indicate that the writers are laying the groundwork for an extended storyline that could see Nick fighting to win back Brooke's trust while dealing with the fallout from his deception. The character of Hayden also represents an opportunity for the show to explore themes of betrayal, forgiveness, and redemption. Her reaction to discovering her husband's affair will likely determine whether she becomes a sympathetic character, seeking to reclaim her marriage, or a vengeful antagonist, determined to destroy Nick's happiness. Next, we will dive deep into the tantalizing drama surrounding Daphne Rose's potential return to the bold and the beautiful. As the sizzling undercurrents of romance and betrayal continue to bubble at Forrester Creations, Steffy Forrester has made a strategic move that could shake up the dynamics in Los Angeles. With Daphne's fragrance line proving to be a massive hit, her reappearance is more than just a business decision, it's a personal gamble that could reignite old flames and uncover buried secrets. Buckle up as we explore every angle of this unfolding storyline. From the business brilliance to the hidden passions and shocking possibilities that might just turn Carter and Hope's world upside down. Let's start with the undeniable allure of Daphne Rose, a character who has captivated audiences with her sophistication and undeniable talent. Steffy, ever the savvy businesswoman, recently extended a heartfelt invitation for Daphne to return to Forrester Creations. This isn't just a whim, the numbers are screaming success. Daphne's debut fragrance, unveiled during the iconic House of Forrester fashion event, shattered sales records and left buyers clamoring for more. The scent, dubbed Eternal Bloom, was inspired by Daphne's own journey of resilience and passion, blending notes of jasmine and amber to create an intoxicating signature that mirrors her enigmatic personality. It's no wonder Steffy is eager to have the nose back in the fold. Her creative genius could propel Forrester Creations to new heights in the competitive world of fashion and fragrance. Imagine the possibilities: exclusive launch parties, international campaigns, and perhaps even a new line inspired by the drama of LA itself. But beyond the boardroom, there's a personal layer to this decision that adds complexity to Daphne's potential comeback. Steffy's invitation wasn't just a cold, calculated business call, it was laced with emotion. She openly confessed to Daphne over a late-night phone call, her voice tinged with urgency, that she still needs her friend by her side in the chaotic landscape of Los Angeles. The bond between these two women runs deep, forged through shared triumphs and heartaches at Forrester Creations. Steffy sees Daphne not just as a creative asset, but as a confidant who understands the pressures of balancing family legacy with personal desires. Furthermore, Daphne's latest fragrance has not only won over buyers, but has become a cultural phenomenon, with influencers and celebrities alike raving about its unique blend on social media. It's practically a no-brainer to have her back for future strategy sessions, galas, and design unveilings. Picture Daphne at the next Forrester event, her presence commanding attention as she unveils a new scent inspired by the ocean breezes of Malibu, a subtle nod to the tumultuous waves of her own past in LA. But as the pieces fall into place for her return, there's a significant roadblock casting a shadow over this reunion. Here's where the drama thickens. Steffy's initial motive for bringing Daphne back wasn't purely professional. Let's rewind to the not-so-distant past when Steffy orchestrated a plan to use Daphne as a wedge between Carter Walton and Hope Logan. Her intention was to disrupt their budding romance, hoping to steer Hope away from Carter's orbit. Daphne, with her charm and undeniable chemistry with Carter, seemed like the perfect catalyst. However, her mission failed spectacularly. Despite a brief period of tension and miscommunication, Carter and Hope reconciled with a passion stronger than ever. Their reunion wasn't just a quiet patch-up. It was a full-blown romantic spectacle that culminated in Carter getting down on one knee under a starlit sky at a secluded beach, ring in hand, asking Hope to be his forever. The news of their engagement spread like wildfire through LA's elite circles, and Daphne, hearing the joyous update from afar, felt a pang of reluctance to step back into the messy web of emotions in the city. Yet, whispers of unresolved feelings linger in the air. Cold Daphne still harbor a secret longing for Carter, one that might tempt her to return despite the heartbreak. Now, let's delve into the juiciest questions swirling around Daphne Rose. Is there a hidden chapter to her story with Carter? The night she visited his loft remains shrouded in mystery, a moment that fans can't stop speculating about. Carter was at his lowest, reeling from a devastating misunderstanding after overhearing a conversation between Hope and her ex, Liam Spencer. He misinterpreted Hope's words, believing she was pining for her past with Liam, and his heart shattered under the weight of perceived betrayal. Daphne, ever the compassionate soul beneath her polished exterior, stayed by his side, offering solace as the night deepened. But what exactly transpired in those quiet hours? Did she merely lend a listening ear? Or did their shared vulnerability lead to something more intimate? The loft, with its minimalist decor and dim lighting, might have set the stage for a moment of weakness, a stolen kiss, or perhaps even a night of passion that neither has dared to confess. Daphne isn't known for wearing her heart on her sleeve. She guards her emotions with the same precision she applies to crafting her fragrances. So, the idea of her falling for Carter after a fleeting encounter seems unlikely unless, of course, there's more to the story than meets the eye. Let's take this speculation a step further with a shocking possibility that could turn the entire narrative on its head. What if Daphne isn't just wrestling with unspoken feelings, but carrying a life-altering secret? Imagine this. Come July, Daphne makes her grand return to Los Angeles, her elegant figure draped in a flowing dress that hints at a subtle curve. Whispers begin to circulate at Forrester Creations. Could she be expecting Carter's child? The timeline fits perfectly with that fateful night at the loft, and the implications would be explosive. A baby would not only complicate her dynamic with Carter, but could derail his impending nuptials with Hope. Picture the scene at their wedding rehearsal, held at a picturesque vineyard just outside LA, with rows of guests anticipating a fairytale union. Suddenly, Daphne arrives, her presence a thunderclap of drama, revealing her pregnancy and sending shockwaves through the assembled crowd. Hope's stunned expression, Carter's conflicted gaze, and Steffi's barely concealed frustration would paint a tableau of raw emotion. This twist could redefine relationships across the board, forcing everyone to confront the consequences of past choices. But beyond the personal stakes, Daphne's potential return in the bombshell of a possible pregnancy would also ripple through the professional sphere at Forrester Creations. If she's carrying Carter's child, how would that impact her role in the company? Would Steffi stand by her friend, or would the betrayal of trust given Daphne's initial role in meddling with Carter and Hope fracture their alliance? And let's not forget the fragrance line. Could Daphne's personal turmoil inspire a new collection, perhaps one themed around the duality of love and loss, with scents evoking both the sweetness of new beginnings and the bitterness of unspoken regrets? The marketing team could spin this into a sensational campaign, blurring the lines between art and real-life drama, further cementing Forrester's reputation as a brand that thrives on passion and intrigue. So, where do we stand with Daphne Rose's saga on the bold and the beautiful? Will she heed Steffi's call and return to the glittering yet treacherous world of Los Angeles, or will she stay away, guarding her secrets from a safe distance? Could she indeed be carrying Carter's baby, setting the stage for a dramatic showdown that might alter the course of multiple lives? And how will her presence, pregnant or not, affect the delicate balance of power and romance at Forrester Creations? We're dying to hear your theories, so drop them in the comments below. Do you think Daphne will stride back into LA with a surprise that changes everything? Or will her past with Carter remain a whispered memory, never to resurface? Next, we will learn about the jaw-dropping turn of events that has set the bold and the beautiful ablaze with drama. In a twist that even the most seasoned soap opera fans couldn't have predicted, Taylor Hayes has taken a bold leap by proposing to Ridge Forrester in a public spectacle at Il Giardino. This isn't just a romantic gesture, it's a desperate cry from a woman who's tired of playing second fiddle in a decades-long love triangle. Join us as we unpack every delicious detail of this shocking moment, from Taylor's motivations to the ripple effects that could shatter relationships across Los Angeles. Get ready for a wild ride through heartbreak, scheming, and public humiliation as we explore what this proposal means for everyone involved. First, let's set the stage for this unprecedented move by Taylor. a character who has always been the epitome of grace under pressure. For years, she's endured the relentless tug-of-war between herself and Brooke Logan over Ridge Forrester's heart. As a renowned psychiatrist, Taylor has built a reputation for composure and control, but even the strongest walls can crumble under constant strain. With Nick Marone's sudden return to town, stirring up old flames with Brooke, Taylor's insecurities have reached a boiling point. She's been married to Ridge twice, raised 3 children with him, and yet, the shadow of Brooke looms larger than ever. So, in a move that screams both modern empowerment and sheer desperation, Taylor decided to take fate into her own hands. She didn't wait for Ridge to make the grand gesture. Instead, she purchased a stunning diamond ring herself, a symbol of her determination, and meticulously planned a proposal that would leave no room for doubt about her intentions. This isn't just a romantic whim, it's a calculated risk by a woman who refuses to be sidelined any longer. Now, imagine the scene at Il Giardino, Deacon Sharp's bustling Italian eatery, where the aroma of garlic and marinara fills the air. Ridge, unsuspecting, arrives for what he assumes is a casual dinner date. Perhaps he's expecting a quiet evening of tiramisu and small talk, dressed in his signature tailored suit, completely unaware of the storm about to hit. Then, in a moment that stops time, Taylor stands up, her voice trembling with a mix of hope and fear, and drops to one knee. The restaurant falls silent as patrons turn their heads, glasses of Chianti paused mid-sip, while Taylor pours her heart out in a speech about their shared history and dreams of a future free from past ghosts. She slides the ring box open, the diamond glinting under the soft lights, and asks Ridge to be hers forever. According to spoilers, Ridge is utterly blindsided, his expression a mix of shock and confusion. This isn't the Taylor he's accustomed to, poised professional who analyzes emotions rather than succumbs to them. This is a woman pushed to her emotional brink by the endless cycle of heartbreak, and the public nature of her proposal only amplifies the stakes. But the drama doesn't stop at Taylor's bold move. It's about to get messier, with an unexpected witness adding fuel to the fire. Enter Nick Marone, the rugged charmer whose return to Los Angeles has already stirred up trouble. By sheer coincidence, or perhaps the hand of soap opera fate, Nick happens to be dining at Il Giardino on the very night of this unforgettable proposal. Seated at a corner table with a perfect view of the spectacle, he watches every second with a sly grin, his mind already racing with possibilities. Nick has never been one to shy away from stirring the pot, especially when it involves Brooke, the woman who still holds a piece of his heart. As Taylor's words echo through the restaurant and Ridge fumbles for a response, Nick's scheming nature kicks into high gear. He knows this moment is pure gold, a weapon he can wield to drive a wedge between Ridge and Taylor. With a quick sip of his espresso, he's already mentally drafting the story he'll spin to Brooke, painting Taylor as desperate and Ridge as conflicted, hoping to reignite old sparks with the Logan sister. Let's dive into the implications of Nick's inevitable gossip session with Brooke, because this is where the real chaos begins to brew. Picture Nick striding into Brooke's elegant home the next morning, his voice dripping with faux concern. He recounts the Il Giardino fiasco. "Logan, you won't believe the circus I saw last night at Deacon's place," he might say, his eyes glinting with mischief. He'll likely embellish every detail, describing Taylor's trembling hands, the awkward silence that followed her question, and Ridge's deer-in-the-headlights stare. Nick knows exactly what buttons to push, suggesting that if Ridge were truly devoted to Taylor, she wouldn't have needed to resort to such a public plea. Brooke, ever the master of playing the innocent card, might feign surprise with a gasp, murmuring, "Oh, I had no idea Taylor was so desperate," but behind those wide eyes, her mind will be spinning with strategies to reclaim Ridge's attention. This tidbit from Nick is the perfect ammunition to fuel her belief that Ridge's heart still belongs to her, setting the stage for yet another chapter in their storied romance. Meanwhile, poor Ridge finds himself trapped in an impossible situation, the weight of a restaurant full of prying eyes bearing down on him. Taylor's proposal isn't just a private moment of vulnerability, it's a public challenge to prove his loyalty. As she kneels before him, ring in hand, Ridge's mind must be racing with conflicting emotions. Does he say yes to avoid humiliating Taylor in front of strangers, even if his heart isn't fully in it? Or does he hesitate, risking the confirmation of her worst fears that his love for Brooke still lingers, an unshakable shadow over their relationship? Spoilers hint at a romance already teetering on the edge of doom, and this moment could be the tipping point. If Ridge accepts under pressure, the engagement might be built on obligation rather than passion. If he falters, even for a heartbeat, Taylor will see through to the truth, and the resulting heartbreak could shatter her resolve. Either way, this isn't the path to a fairytale ending. It's a ticking time bomb waiting to detonate. Let's not ignore the deeper motivations driving Taylor to such an extreme act, because this proposal is more than just a romantic gesture. It's a last-ditch effort to secure her place in Ridge's life. For decades, she's watched Ridge oscillate between her and Brooke, a maddening ping-pong match that began in the 1990s and shows no sign of stopping. Taylor has given everything: her heart, her family, her pride, and yet she's perpetually cast as the runner-up. With Nick's reappearance heating up Brooke's orbit and Ridge showing flickers of jealousy, Taylor can sense the familiar pattern emerging, another inevitable reunion between Ridge and his so-called destiny. So, she pulls out the biggest gun in her arsenal, attempting to lock Ridge down with a ring before he can slip back into Brooke's arms. But forcing a commitment through desperation isn't love. It's a tragic plea from a woman who fears she's already lost. The sapphire and diamond ring she chose, perhaps a nod to their shared past at a beachside vow renewal years ago, symbolizes not just hope, but a clinging to memories that may no longer hold the same weight for Ridge. Finally, let's speculate on the seismic waves this proposal will send crashing through Los Angeles, because the fallout is bound to be epic. Nick's tattling to Brooke will likely set off a chain reaction of scheming, with Brooke subtly maneuvering to remind Ridge of their electric connection, perhaps through a chance encounter at Forrester Creations, where old memories are rekindled over fabric swatches and champagne. Ridge, caught between obligation and desire, might reluctantly accept Taylor's proposal or attempt a gentle rejection, but neither option promises peace. Taylor, in the aftermath, could face the harsh reality of her public humiliation, realizing she's poured her soul out for a man who can't fully choose her. Will this be the wake-up call she needs to finally break free from the toxic cycle, perhaps seeking solace in a new venture or even a surprise romance of her own made with a dashing newcomer to LA who appreciates her strength? Or will she double down, fighting harder for Ridge despite the odds? And let's not forget the ripple effects at Forrester Creations, where office whispers and boardroom tensions could escalate as personal dramas spill into professional territory. So, what do you think, soap fans? Will Taylor's desperate proposal at Il Giardino secure Ridge's heart, or will it be the final straw that fractures their fragile bond? Can Nick's meddling push Brooke back into Ridge's arms, reigniting a love story for the ages? And will Taylor finally find the strength to walk away from a battle she's fought for decades? Drop your hottest takes and wildest predictions in the comments below. We're on the edge of our seats waiting for the next explosive episode of The Bold and the Beautiful. Stay tuned to B&B Spoilers channel for every scandalous update and shocking twist. Until next time, keep the drama dialed up to 11.